So what we're going to do on the next line is we're going to say home dot alpha. Alpha is the opacity or transparency. We're just going to set that equal to 0 so that it's completely invisible. We won't be able to see it at all. Then what we're going to do is we're going to tell it where we want it to be placed on the stage. So we need to edit the x and y coordinates. So what we need to do here is let's temporarily close our actions and let's just draw a square. We need a temporary layer here, so we'll create a new layer, draw a square where we want the top left corner of our movie clip to be, and then we'll just select that and nudge it around till we get it where we want it. Let's say we want it there. We'll look down here at our x and y coordinates, and we might even round them up a little bit. Let's put it at an x coordinate of 20 and a y coordinate of 60 for a nice round number there. And those are going to be the x and y coordinates we're going to use. So now that we've figured that out, we can just delete layer 7 here, and our square is now gone. We'll click back on frame 1 for our actions layer, open up our actions, and we're going to set our x and y coordinates now. So home.x, if you remember, is going to be equal to 20. Home.y is equal to 60. And I just want to remind you, if you're relatively new to ActionScript 3, that the x and y coordinates, the alpha property, they don't have underscores in front of them like we did in ActionScript 2. In ActionScript 2, we would say home underscore alpha. In ActionScript 3, we don't have that underscore there anymore. So that's just a little reminder for those of you who are new to ActionScript 3. Okay, so we've set our x and y coordinates. We've set our alpha to 0 so that it's going to be transparent, but it's still not on the stage yet. And the way we add it to the stage is we simply say add child with a capital C, and then inside parentheses, we type in home. Now we could test our movie now, and we still wouldn't see anything, and it looks like we have some errors because of our code up there. So let's get rid of that code. Let's just comment this code out for now. We don't need it just yet. And the reason we got that error is because it's pointing to all of these functions here, on home click, on about click, on contact click, and those functions no longer exist because we deleted them, so it's throwing up errors. So I'm just going to highlight all of that and then click here to apply block comment. There we go. Now all of that code is commented out. It's still there, so we can add it again later when we're ready to, but Flash is just going to ignore it. Okay, so now let's test our movie. And we don't see anything. And the reason for that is we set our alpha to 0, so our movie clip is not going to be visible yet. But our movie clip has been added to the stage. Now I have no real way of proving that to you except to go in here and change our alpha to 1 and then test our movie. And now we can see that our home page is on the stage. So let's set that alpha back to 0. And now what we do once we've added it to the stage is we're going to create a tween that's going to animate this onto the stage. So first we need to import the tween classes. So let's come up here to the top. So we're going to import flash, fl.transitions.tween with a capital T. Now in order to use that tween class, we also need to import the easing classes. So import fl.transitions.easing.star. And that .star will basically import all of the easing classes within this easing folder. Okay,